Yeah. Yeah, I would say that other than Sander and Nkosi, I don't really hear it quite the way it's shared here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Sander's amazing. We have the best we talked for like 2.5 hours today on video messenger. And I could share with you a little bit of what, because I thought it was kind of interesting. And he spots this. And so often I'll use the word resonate, right? You, Faith, everyone, you've heard me say resonate, can resonate with this message, sure. Or vibe, right? Or like your favorite song, you can just love it. And hi, Alice.
Hi, everybody.
And so Sanders says to me, that's what I love about our conversations, because they can go anywhere. We're free to talk about anything at all. And there's no getting defensive. We don't argue. We may disagree, and then suddenly we'll talk it out. It's so beautiful. And so he's saying to me, Michael, well, I don't really like vibe or resonate. And I kind of like all of a sudden I saw what he was saying. I saw what he was saying. And it was so beautiful because, when I resonate with something, there's a me here to which it's resonating to, or there's a me here that it's vibing with, so to say. And the way we were talking about it, he was like, no, there's just liking and not liking. You like something or you don't like it. And we were laughing because I said, yeah, you're right, Sander, because you don't say, oh, I really resonate with vanilla ice cream. Right? Nobody talks like that. Oh, I'm vibing with vanilla ice cream. Well, maybe, I mean, if you did mushrooms or something, but and no, I just like it. I just like it. I just feel like having vanilla.
It seems like there's another element to it, though. I mean, I feel when you all talk, and Kosi, yourself, Sander, I I still would use the word resonate. I don't really, my mind doesn't come up and say, ah, you like this. My mind comes up and says, I like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
It seems like the vibing and the mind, something like that right now doesn't quite resonate what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, actually, Alice, what I'm saying, and this is, you could say the freedom, I'm saying the word doesn't matter.
Oh, the word doesn't matter.
Yeah. So whether you say
Oh,
resonate or vibe or like, it's all the same.
okay. Okay, thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so free, right? Because if the word doesn't really matter, it can
That's
seem
true.
like it, for, you know,
If we give it meaning,
well, that's the funny thing. Nobody's giving it meaning.
right. Right.
That's the already part. You guys know that's my favorite word, already. What can you say about already? It's already the case. All is this already, regardless of what feeling may claim, what a thought may claim. A thought could say, no, Michael, I am separate. I know that for a fact because I feel it. Yeah, that's this too.
While we're talking, if you don't mind my asking, I was kind of looking to see when Sandra was having this Tuesday meeting, and I couldn't find it on your website.
No,
Is that
no, Constance. Constance and I were just talking. No, my brother retired, at least for the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because last week at his meeting, remember? Oh, you weren't there either. He started the meeting saying that he really didn't feel like doing it, and he really didn't have anything to say. But he thought, well, why don't I just show up and let's see what happens? And it was a beautiful meeting, beautiful. But afterwards, you know, he and I talk, like I said, almost every day. And it just I told him I understand running out of gas. Because honestly, he was like putting out 5 videos a day. And I'm like, that's just not sustainable. You know what I mean? You're gonna get, I don't care what you're doing. If you do anything to a lot, eventually the body's just gonna go, no.
Maybe that's why he quit eating the porridge, because he was eating too much every day. You
But
better talk. You better talk to him about that, Michael.
but really, you know, that's the beauty of that is like, because he himself even says anything can happen. Anything can happen in a flip of a dime. You could go from loving the porridge, which is what Constance's talking about. Sander had this porridge for 3 years. He loved it. It's this Indian porridge every morning. Even on trips, he would take some with him. And then he ran out and he wrote a letter to the company, where can I get your Indian porridge in Sweden? And they said, oh, no worries, we got you. And they sent him a year's supply. And upon receiving the year's supply, whoa, um, he got sick of it and never, after a week and a half, and never ate it again.
Wow.
So can I throw a word out there?
Please.
So what's been coming up here lately is the word expectation. It seems as though there's some expectation of what this is supposed to be. And probably a lot of it is because of, you know, the religious, like my religious, I'm sure everybody has their own religious background. And it just seemed like kind of like we were programmed to think that, you know, life is supposed to be a certain way, and expectations are, you know, you're going to go to heaven, or, you know, you're going to forge through the bardo, or you're going to reach nirvana, all this stuff. And I think for here, that word has been really resonating with me. not not in like so much a good way, but kind of like I feel like, even though that word is also this, expectation is also what this, you know, this, it just seems, I don't know, that word just keeps coming up this week for me. I just wanted to get your input on your thoughts about it.
Yeah. So is there a problem with expectations?
I guess not. When you say, yeah, I guess not. I guess it's not. Yeah, no, when you say it that way. There, you just shut me down. Boom. Moving on.
No. Well, like expectations are just expectations,
Okay.
right? They're completely natural.
And
That's why,
wanting,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Well, I just think that's why I dropped the non-duality in the title a few months ago for this, because I don't even consider this non-dual. Like even that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like you're still gonna, if it's, you can't help but get some image of non-duality when it's, so to me, that was just like another concept.
Right. Yeah.
I think that I have so many expectations, but they're so subtle that I'm not even aware that I'm walking around having expectations.
Well, nobody, whoa, nobody is. They just come and go all by themselves. So you can, I mean, come on. How many times have I gone to bed and said, okay, I'm not getting up and eating anymore. I'm going to bed. My God, 15 minutes later. What the heck? So, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
And control is like expectation. So trying to control stuff happens, right? Trying to control. I don't feel good. Let me try and control how I feel to make myself feel better. It's completely natural. And that's the thing with the spiritual field. There's so many dirty words, like I feel guilty. Well, that's dirty because I'm not there yet if I have guilt. Jealous. Oh, anger. I am so angry all the time. So I'm clearly not there yet. No, that feeling of being angry is this as well, equally. There's just nobody separate who owns it. And really, in a way, you could say another name for me is the feeling of ownership. If I could speak that simply, just the simple act of owning anything, feeling, thought, anything. The body, thinking it's your body somehow. There can be a feeling that it's your body, sure. Quite natural. But it's still not actual separation. And really, that's all we're talking about here at this meeting is there just isn't any separation. That's the whole.
So there's no separation, but is there, especially with the body, there's no separation, but is it within that no separation, are there different levels of, call it vibration, where the body would just be a different vibratory, at a different level of vibration than than the me that thinks it's the me that has the body? Make sense or not?
Come again?
Yeah. I mean, there's no separation, and the body is here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's useful to think of the body as different than all that is.
Well, that's the beauty, Don. That's the freedom of this, right? Check it. You can think of this however you like. It doesn't matter how you think of it. It's doesn't change. What we're speaking of is this, which is never not here.
But right, that this that is never not here is the body.
Well, it's everything. It's the words saying right now. It's the speaking, it's the scratching the face, the sipping the tea. It's just simply and always whatever's happening. That's it.
And the mind can't get this, right? It's like
Well,
this is gettable.
Okay, but watch this. So in order to get something, you need separation.
So it's not gettable.
Yeah, because already
it's not gettable, and then I think that's hard to get.
yeah, that's it. That's Yeah, that's, the feeling of it not being it. That's another way we could speak about the me, right? The sense of this not being enough. Is it already as the sense of not being enough? Like, just to speak plainly, you would never think that a sense of lack would be this. Yeah, Nkosi has a cute little, I think it was the title of his video. This can't be found because it's never lost.
Was that the one where he was just on half picture?
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, he looked a little under the weather, knowing our boy as we do. He looked like he had the flu or something, but it was
Yeah.
so beautiful that, I was so moved by it. It was like for 20 minutes, even though the body didn't look particularly a little pasty, it was what he was, the sharing that just drops, you know what I mean? It was glorious.
I remember being tired when I was listening to it. And so when he would yawn and because he looked kind of pasty, I was just could hardly stay awake.
Listen, your videos are making a comeback. I just posted the audios to music that I used to do with the privates with you and Nkosi.
Uh-huh.
I just posted one today, and it's beautiful. If you haven't heard it in a while,
When
it's
you and I did.
yeah. Well, they're excerpts that I took of Alice and Nkosi doing a private, and then I put some really pretty, relaxing music in the background. And I'll tell you a side story about the music. So it got flagged the first time. In fact, I went back right before this meeting to look. There's 43 Alice and Nkosi audios on my YouTube channel, and there's a playlist with all of them. And I went back and listened to the very first one because I wanted to hear it. And that one, I didn't have permission to use the music. I just did it. And luckily, the people who held the license to the music, next thing I knew, I was granted a license to use it. They must have liked the way, I mean, if you put that kind of music out, honestly, I'm not totally shocked that they dug Nkosi because they kind of both vibe. They have that same emptiness. So yeah, if you haven't checked them out, they're quite something to hear, 20 minutes of Nkosi and sharing.
Yes. And they're in your YouTube channel, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I'll take a look, definitely.
What struck me was the consistency of the message. It hasn't changed at all. That was like, I think, the very first one was 2.5 years ago. It's almost the same thing he's saying now, just boom.
Yeah.
The difference, I would say, is really already with Nkosi or Sandra or myself. It's already, but we hear things to do still. You're not there yet. The self has to drop away. You have to meditate. You're contracted. That's a problem. That's a problem. So here, what's the problem with contraction? And wanting it to go away. Yeah. I don't like feeling contracted, Michael. Beautiful. It was very natural. What? Donald, what are you laughing at?
Just laughing at the conversation. It's just like, it's mind blowing. It's just like, it's like, God, Michael, give me something to hang on to.
Beautiful.
Give me something.
Listen to that. Yeah, that's it. Well, okay, I hate to bring up my homie again, but Sander, like about a couple weeks ago, was saying, he goes, Michael, when well, it's just what you're saying, Don. He goes, it's like, our meetings are void of water for the thirsty seeker. That's pretty good. So that's the freedom here, because it's like you're not right or wrong. You're not being, and it's kind of rare, right? That you could go to a meeting, because usually there's right and wrong and taking sides, and I like this side better than that. Here, right and wrong, so you're free to share anything. Cedric, my man, how's it going?
Doing good. How have you been?
I've been doing great. Good to see you back.
Uh, yeah, I'm glad to be back.
So last week you were sharing about how you noticed that the questions and the answers kind of dissolved into themselves.
Yeah. Um, I find that even no matter how seemingly high the thought is, even spiritual thoughts, um, just find it to be just another thing that's come. Um, and with some of the suggestion, like when Ramana said the best course of action is to keep quiet. And I feel that, to some extent, I'm experiencing why he may have said that.
Hmm.
That, I mean, just my entire life, even, you know, the greatest feelings have just been just another thing.
Yeah. Yeah, all feelings are temporary. I heard some of you, I think Constance, Hadar, right? Hadar. She was talking on a video a couple weeks ago I saw about like when two people fall in love. It definitely was here. I remember this feeling very well. And there's this imagining that in 6 hours I'm going to be with my sweetie. So I just got to get through these next 6 hours, because then when I get there, I'll be happy because I'm with my sweetie. And Hadar was pointing out how so the me kind of projects it on to an object, right? Whether it's a person, place, or thing. Could be a car, could be a house, money, whatever, something, an object. And now that's why you want to be around that object. So if it's a person, you want to be around the person. Makes sense, right? And then all of a sudden, one day the magic stops working. You're around them, but you don't feel as fantastic maybe one time. And you're like, damn.
But that's all this too.
Yeah, trying to get happiness from an object is this already. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it can also be seen that it doesn't work. Like you don't have to ride every ride on, at the fair. If it's rigged or if it doesn't work, you don't need to do all of them to know that. So there can be kind of an going, oh, whatever, even the act of trying to escape is it. So what do you what do you want to call something that both moves and never moves?
This.
Where's my
That was easy.
that was that was easy button.
I like that. Mhm.
Yeah, just this. So not liking just this, perfectly natural, can arise. It just doesn't belong to anybody. And then soon the not liking can change into something else. And it just seems like there's this constant sort of dance, so to say, just happening. And at the same time, it's only ever this. And so that's what can't be explained. That's what can't be understood. That's what can't be known. That's what nobody can have. Nobody can have this. Right? Because you can, even in the sentence, to have is a separation. There's something that has something else.
I sure do want it though, but
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it. Whew.
So my question is, how have you, or what do you know, from hearing this, there's a question of how does one reconciliate this in their daily lives? Um, you know, I, because not everyone has conversations like this or put attention here. Um, how do you reconciliate this truth in daily life where sometimes it may seem to be veiled?
Well, it's still this, even if it seems veiled. It's never not this, no matter whatever, however.
So should this be looked at like a movie playing? That this is just happening, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it,
Cedric, this is just happening. Right? Take a look at what just came out. You know, it's I sometimes think of it like a video camera without a hard drive. So nothing's getting saved. It's like here and gone, here and gone, just boom. It's never, that's the ever fresh thing. Like you'll hear some speakers talk about that, ever fresh. Like nothing stays around. Like nothing, you can't, you know, you can try. It's like grabbing water. I'm going to save this water for later. Let me get a handful of water, put it in my pocket. You can't. So that's why the idea that I hear sometimes, I had it, I lost it, right? I had it, Michael, 7 years ago. It was very clear to me, but now, well, no, no, you never had it. No, nobody's ever had it. There's no one separate to have it already. There's appearance of difference. There's appearance of separate bodies. There's appearance of different colors, sure. It's like the whole tapestry. In a way, that's part of the freedom, is the seeing through sort of the eyes, let's say, of an individual. You're naturally going to have some things that you like and you don't like. But when it's seen, so to say, as all this, I can't even explain how just the curiosity and the fascination with all the different colors and expressions and moods and angers and killing and saving of life and all of it. It's and wanting more is it too. So the feeling that the moment is insufficient or lacking, yeah, beautiful. That's it. This moment doesn't do it for me. I want a better one. That can arise.
What I'm getting over here, what's happening here is that it's interesting. Jesus is my guy. Okay, I love Jesus. And seeing is like, it was always as him being separate. And that if I prayed with Jesus, through Jesus, whatever, I'd get to God. And then now I'm seeing that Jesus is not separate. He's not separate. And he never said that. And that sounds strange. So it's like, well, who do I pray to now? And then that Jesus and God are this.
Yeah, beautiful.
This is it. And so the prayer from me, I guess, would be to be prayerful of this.
Well, Don, didn't he say me and my Father are one?
Right. Yeah. Well, I couldn't get it then, but I'm getting it a bit more now. Yeah. I love it.
And of course, if I had been there, 2,000 years ago, you would have heard already. You guys can't see it on the video, but Constance gave me a sparkly heart. Thank you, Constance. I don't know why they don't show up on the video.
I saw it on the video.
Well, you saw it now, but when it's posted on YouTube, it won't appear.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So preferences are perfectly natural. Preferring that the hearts or the thumbs up or the people raising their hands could also be seen on the YouTube video is just innocently this as well. It's just a preference. There's nothing wrong with preferences. That's, that's the freedom of this. You realize that everyone has their kind of their own, you know what I mean? They like how everyone likes how to season their own soup. Right? You know how you like your soup. And it's funny here, just listening to everyone telling everyone else how their soup should be seasoned. Like what you should have done. Oh, if you just added more of this, then it would be better for you. Really. Like here, there's just a not knowing how your soup's supposed to taste. Like you have to tell me. That's why, what's going on, Cedric? What's going on, Alice? What's going on, Faith, Constance, Dawn, everybody? I want to hear, how's your soup? Is it missing a little something? Too much oregano? Not enough salt? Too much salt?
I was I was going to ask Don, does Jesus answer his prayers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't answer mine. So.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So I'm flavoring a different soup.
Oh, that's funny.
I think like the answer right now is this. Jesus's answer is this. What I'm getting is this.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, he could, in the Bible, you could say it was all God, maybe, or it was all love, maybe. But here, what wants to be shared is that the freedom is the word doesn't matter. The word doesn't change this. So there's such freedom in being able to call this whatever you want, to get mad at this, to get angry at this, to feel, so frustrated you could pull your hair out. Yeah, all of it.
I like when Rosa calls it bubblegum.
Yeah, beautiful. And it can change. You could like one word one day, and the next day it doesn't resonate.
Yeah, I've never related to that word resonate right from the start.
I remember that. Yeah. And when Sander said to me, well, he said, we were talking about the ice cream, you don't resonate with that's not how you speak. And he's right. You don't say I resonate with the vanilla. You say, I like the vanilla. I'll have the vanilla. You just say what you like. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And so, what I saw, what he was sort of pointing at, so to say, was that in the spiritual world, there's all these connotations for using the right word. Like in non-duality, and especially radical non-duality, oh my God, if you say the I word or the me word, you are not doing good.
Yeah, and it can be quite isolating, I guess, if you don't relate to the words that are being spoken. You like them anyway, but yeah, if you're going to use the word resonate and you don't relate to that, you sort of can feel a bit on the outer.
Sure. But really, Faith, if Nkosi read the phone book,
Yeah, that's right.
would it matter?
I'd love it.
That's what I mean. It's not about the words. But I know it can seem like that. Like words can seem, I mean, people shoot each other over being disrespected by the wrong, call someone the B word. Call that to the wrong person. It'll be the last thing you ever do. So this is all over the place as far as how people see words. It's like I said, each person seasons their own soup, so to say, and that's not even true because there's nobody doing the seasoning or not. There's just what's happening.
Yeah, you have to be politically correct when you speak, don't you? Like, that's what society looks upon. You're in trouble if you're not politically correct.
Yeah.
So that's very sort of limiting and very restrictive. So this message is the opposite of that, and that's the freedom, really, for me. Here.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, the freedom is already.
Yeah.
So the doing and the not doing, the worrying, not worrying, it just doesn't matter.
But the freedom is not separate than the worrying, right? So the worrying also is freedom.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And but you could say the at that moment, right? At that moment, it could feel like worry. You're like, well, I don't feel free, Michael. Yeah.
You're free to worry.
What'd you say?
I said you're free to worry.
Well, yeah, worry can, but worry can be very useful. Oh, I'm worried. I better make sure I have enough gas in my car. Maybe I have to stop at the gas station. Maybe that's a little different, the worry that you're talking about. But what I'm saying is the idea that worry is other than this, or that anything is other than this.
Here he comes.
Ah, there he is. Wow. Yeah, Nkosi, brother, welcome. We're trying to find something other than this.
Good luck. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Nkosi.
Hi. Well, I can say there is already nobody who's trying to find something other than this, and there is nothing to find other than this. There's just this already. Even expressing as somebody who's trying to find this. And there is really nobody who's trying to find anything. There's just this. Whatever is happening, even thinking that there's something to find, is just this already. That's not separate from this. So everything is this. No matter what shape or form it may appear to be, it's just this. All sensations, thoughts, trying, not trying, suspicions, thinking that there's somebody who's actually talking to somebody. Everything is this already. And this, as it is, can never really be pointed at. Because even the one who seems to be pointing to it is already it. So there is no real somebody who's actually pointing to it. It's just it already. The pointer pointing and what is being pointed at is just simply what's happening. And it's already empty. There's no one doing it. There is already no doer of just this. And this isn't a thing that can be grasped, that can be known. Yet grasping, knowing, is just what happens. It is already empty. Thinking that there is something to get is already empty. It's not being done by anybody. It's just thinking happening. Thinking that there's something to get, it just happens. It's going nowhere. It doesn't belong to anybody. Even when it seems as if it belongs to me. The thought that seems to say it belongs to me is just what's happening. It's already empty. It's not personal. And nobody knows this. There's just this. This talking, this thinking, this trying, smiling, not getting it, being on the way. Listening happening, talking happening. It's already empty and free. There's no possessor. There's no knower. There's no finder. There's no thinker. There's just this. And this is already empty. And this is already full. This is already not a thing. This is already wordless. There are no words. It can never really be spoken. Yet speaking happens. It speaks. It's just this already. So it's already the case. What is being longed for is already this. Just simply this. Other than this is this already. Something that seems to say, I lost it. It's just this, saying, I lost it. I lost it. Now I'm getting it. I don't want to lose it. There's nobody there already. It's just this already. Thunderstorm, tornado, politics, as Michael would say, all is already this. I don't know how he puts it, but he would say, no matter how we slice the cake, I don't know, something like that, along those lines.
No matter how
But
you no matter how you slice it, it's still this.
yeah, exactly.
So you could say that like every expression is it. Liking it is this, not liking it is this, being very angry, so angry. That's this. Oh, I'm having such a good time. It's a great meeting. That's this.
Yeah.
And
No,
this
it's not a great thing. It's this too.
and this is emptiness. All this is emptiness.
Well, you can call it whatever. It doesn't matter. It's empty, it's full, it's nothing, it's a thing, it's just this already. Words themselves, they're already empty, you know. Yeah, they can never really touch this because words are already this. In a way, they can never change this. To say it's not this, it's this, they don't know what they are talking about. They know what they are talking about, can never really touch or change this because everything is this already. There are no opposites here. All is this already. Every word spoken, every sensation, feeling, sweating, thinking, trying or not. There's really nowhere to get to. There's really nothing to find and nobody to find anything. There's just this.
Oh God.
Simply this. Whatever is arising or not.
Well, Nkosi, you're driving me crazy again, like usual. So, but I'm gonna hang in there. Maybe I'll get it.
Hey, Don,
Yo.
here was wondering, when you get it, where are you going to put it?
Oh God. Good question. I just want it. I so want it. But the so wanting it is this.
Yeah, already.
And not getting that is this.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I guess I have a lot of questions tonight. So, Don, if all is this, what does this need to get?
Well, yeah, it doesn't need to get anything. But I do. I need to get it. And that's okay. I'm getting that. It's okay that I want to get this.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's this. So that's good. So I can so I can practice getting this. And that's this.
Yeah, there's no wrong or right. Even thinking that there is wrong or right is not wrong or right.
Any last comments or questions before we close out this evening? Thank you, everybody. Each and every one of you for coming. Constance, Faith, Dawn, Cedric, Alice, Nkosi, Anon, everybody. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
That's that, right?